Beckham into Sheringham and Solskjaer has won it!
Welcome to the third episode of the football show. This is a very unique way of presenting football with world of football on our live platform in our Facebook page and also YouTube page, Kolkatatoday.com. This is today. Our guest is Günter Neuser. He was a very renowned, very experienced coach, analyst, and author. He has more than 25 years experience of European and German football too. And we are extremely pleased to welcome Günter to our show. Günter, good evening, Günter, and it's a pleasure to see you again. And this would be our regular show. Our viewers should also understand now that every Sunday, Günter and I will discuss about Bundesliga and a whole lot of European football together. Günter, well, let's start with today. We have yesterday a lot of interesting matches in Bundesliga, because Bundesliga is always very competitive. And let us start with from Leipzig and Dortmund, and this is very interesting results. I personally felt this 2-1 is very interesting for Dortmund, and also Bayern has stopped the very ambitious run from FC Freiburg, unbeaten for 8 match. Then they have lost, but they played very well. This too is very important, and you can explain more. So let's, Günter, you should explain more about what happened in Bundesliga and how is going to the match, the last days.
Right. Thank you, Kaushik, for introducing the German Bundesliga. Yes, what was about this match, Leipzig against Borussia Dortmund yesterday? I think it was a very engaged match of both teams. We had many duels, many good match style experiences, and at the end, I think the best performing team in yesterday's match did won. So Leipzig had a much better going through rate than Borussia Dortmund. I think they had outstanding players in Nkunku, who shot the first goal. They were very stable in their defense. And Dortmund, I think, to bring that on the point, is still suffering of not having
Haaland.
Yes, the young Haaland in their team. They did not manage to cover this Haaland.
Is it, you feel, is it a shock for a little bit kind of a psychological tenure for Haaland not in the team, and they have a little bit dropped down in the psychology with just 21-year-old Haaland playing superb football, and this is, and there he is not there. So it's also, but there are, but not only that, all the good player, Bellingham, and all the good players are there. Also, Marco Reus has a very good form as a captain. So how do you feel that? So, what is your opinion? Is it a moral psychology?
I think Haaland is as important for Dortmund as Messi was in his best times for Barcelona, and Ibrahimovic in its best times for AC Mailand, and also Ronaldo for, to say, Real Madrid. So if these guys are on their best form, they really make the difference, and they are also influenced then the whole team by structuring the match in another way. So Dortmund is not able to play other even equal match styles without Haaland.
Yeah, that's we have seen it. Very interesting observations about. But what you felt Leipzig is also they left Timo Werner this season, so they can how they can cope up without Timo Werner. They're playing very well also.
Yes. I think they had a hard time at the beginning of the season because they have changed the trainer. They have pretty much a new match style and philosophy. It's even more intensive in offensive and defensive than it was with the former trainer, which is now at Bayern Munich. And they had to have they had a hard time to get that into their mind, but now they are climbing up the roster, the table, right, and they are stabilizing somehow now.
Yeah, but definitely Leipzig is a very good side they have, and yesterday match was a really fantastic. It's a well display of football skills, as for my opinion. Now I come to a point about everybody when you Bundesliga or German football comes, his only name comes in Bayern Munich. So Bayern, after a fantastic run in the Champions League matches, they beat 5-2 against Benfica, and now they have also 2-1 lead against. What a fighting team of FC Freiburg. This year is really a sensation for Freiburg. And I know the Freiburg is very, very, you must remember those days of Ruben Dutt, the coach, was an Indian guy. He's supposed to be from Bengal, which my state belongs to. And Ruben has, you remember Ruben Dutt, who was bring by FC Freiburg to Liga 1?
No, sorry for that. I don't know. I don't remember.
He's a very good coach, and later on he was also the director of youth development in German Football League 2, German Football 2.
Really?
Ruben Dutt. Yeah, he was the man who to bring Bayern this Freiburg to I think at like 7-8 years down the line, that story.
Right.
And at that point of time, Freiburg is always very named it there. And this year, really a sensation for the league. They played very well, unbeaten 8 runs. What a wonderful duel. And yesterday, they also played very, very well. And some point of time, Neuer is best again to prevent FC Freiburg. So what do you feel again? I'm talking about now, another guy is a kind of goal machine. It's a habit for him to go scoring a goal. Maybe he is, when he sleeps, he also scores goals. That is none other than Lewandowski.
That's right. He is one of the leading guys, and he really is a somehow the best goal getter at the moment in the world. So he has everything what he needs to have. He has speed. He has in Germany you say inspiration. He knows where he has to be. That was especially with his goal yesterday. So he did a run in cycles and he stand there where the ball finally came to. So it's he has actually everything. But to be honest, without Müller, who is a good goal preparer, a goal getter is relying on these preparance guys. And Bayern Munich has really good preparation guys like Müller, like Goretzka, like Gnabry, like also Kimmich. So they have an immense offensive potential.
So how do you feel that this Bayern team and particularly the coach Nagelsmann, how the combination works?
I think it's getting better and better now. Offense is really good. In defense, they had some problems in the last matches, but he seems to be stabilizing also the defense now. From every expert in Germany, you hear that Nagelsmann is seems to be actually the best trainer in Germany. So
yes, of course, but I think, don't you think there's Nagelsmann's philosophy of football? It's after a long time, Bayern have a lot of time. They tried and tested after when the retirement of Hochfeld, who is going to Hoppen Hochfeld, then after that. And they have tried a lot of coach, but this young Nagelsmann can have the Bayern's philosophy to going ahead.
I'm pretty much convinced that he has the ability to do that. If the management of Bayern Munich is also willing to go this way, I think then he will be successful. He is playing a very attractive match style for the fans, definitely. But today I looked in Germany you have between 11 and 1 o'clock in the morning on Sundays you have a expert talking round. And there, the former German national player Stefan Effenberg said, he was also a player in Munich. He said Nagelsmann can be the best trainer. He can have the best match style. If he is not winning in minimum 2 competitions a year, he probably will also be fired. So this is the reality in Bayern Munich. So, and now he lost 1 title because he was thrown out of the cup.
Yeah.
By Eintracht Frankfurt, and but he will not lose if he is losing like in the quarterfinal.
No, I think he lost with Mönchen Gladbach regarding the Pogel.
Yes, Borussia Mönchengladbach he lost.
Right. The 5-0. It's really a terrible. I think it's nobody believe in Bayern. Even in their wildest dream, they never thought of it. They will lose. A German club beat them a 5-0. Yeah. Unfortunately, that's never been in the recent past. So, but what do you think about Nagelsmann? Have a lot of because I've very closely worked with the Bayern. I've seen with Bayern philosophy with quite very in depth close, but they always believe in system, and they don't have a system all kind of like a superstarism. They all believe in team game. Rather, this season, I have seen they have a fantastic youth brigades to come up. They also use Musiala. Then there's a very good young talent. Goretzka is also good. Sane is playing very good. I think Lewandowski has also very good support. And also, I always rated Thomas Muller. He's a very, very team man. He has always supports as any is possible. So, what do you feel about this Bayern Munich team, and how you rate this team? Of course, I think Bundesliga is, of course, they're a main contender. Only the Borussia Dortmund is their main contender. But without Haaland, I don't know how long Borussia's psychological disadvantage continues. This is absolutely what you would say right. Haaland is though he's like 21 years old guy, but he's too much contributions in football, and that's unbelievable in Germany. What you felt that German Bayern can have extend their I'm not saying Bundesliga they are superior. Maybe they could be again a champion, but with this kind of team, with Nagelsmann's view, and what Nagelsmann also proved when he was in Leipzig, what do you think about how the Champions League future for Bayern Munich in the season?
The first item you mentioned is how is the team and the team structure. I think they have done a good management decision by Oliver Kahn and also by the manager Salihamidzic, that they will go for making the team younger. So they have integrated, as you said, many young players, which are playing actually, and that is a good sign for other young players. In former years, they were very strict, not having so young team, but now it's a signal to the market that they will try to get young players. So that is the one thing. The other thing is, I think they have a good chance in the Champions League. They were very performing in the last matches, no doubt about that. But let's see who will come in the quarterfinal.
What you feel about last day's Bundesliga match? What other matches do you feel very significant for the development of football, or it's a very striking you felt apart from these two matches what we discussed now? The other matches, how you rated how the performances in this other matches?
I think the German Bundesliga is getting more and more attractive as it is. Everybody or every team is going to play for goals. Nobody is playing like tiki-taka. Nobody is playing like pressing in its own half. They really try to make a very offensive and attractive match style. So
that's great.
Yes, so this is definitely what they want to offer their fans.
Yeah, this is really a very interesting part, and I just to mention yesterday's one results. We'd call Bochum and Hoffenheim. Bochum was not so good in the initial stages, but yesterday they beat Hoffenheim. Hoffenheim is quite steady side for quite long. So do you think this kind of results, this kind of development football is good for football? Any team can beat any team. So what the market value doesn't matter. The matter is a quality value. What you call on this the subject?
Yes. So that is good that everybody can beat every team. That is the one thing, and the other thing is, as I said before, that everybody wants to score goals, and they are really on transferring the match from defense to offense. They are many are playing counter pressing and counter attacks. So really high risk, high speed soccer.
That's a very. I think this is good for the development of football because everybody is beating a team. But now I have to a little
look.
bit
It is
more.
Kaushik. It's like one of our famous trainer Jürgen Klopp said, there is no miss pass. Every pass who goes in front is a pass. You don't have a bad pass. It's if the pass comes to the other team, you still have a chance to regain the possession if you do a counter pressing. So he is really saying, okay, play with high risk, and you will graduate it for it.
Yeah, I think I think I have always said that. I always said the German young coaches is I have very high regards the tradition of Klopp or Tuchel, and now the Nagelsmann has come in, and I have very high regards, and also I have very high regards to Hans Flick. He's a very good guy, and now he's a German coach. Now, when it comes to the Hans Flick, now you have to definitely comes into to ask you about more about German national team where they're going to play here the qualification stages that they're already done, but very fantastic. This team also doing a very great job for them. How feel it the Hans Flick as a coach? They have take a legacy of huge success. What we have seen in from the last coaches. How do you rate Hans Flick as a German coach?
Yeah, I think Hansi is is able to be a team player. So he's not like while Jogi Löw was there, there was no. We all did say, okay, nobody puts out his heads because then they get cut the head. So everybody says, okay. But now I think Hansi Flick is a real team player. He seems to talk to other Bundesliga trainers. He is accepted in the team. He has a new match style, which is like before. It is really attractive. He wants to score goals. And he don't want to play this match style like Jogi Löw. Jogi was very successful in the 2012, 14, and 16, as he played something like tiki taka. But nobody wants to see that again. So we have a high speed since Hansi Flick is there. We have a high-speed football, and this through 90 minutes.
Yeah, Günter, I just want to again ask you regarding Hansi. I know him. I have seen him very closely. So, what do you think about Hansi? He's an advantage because he was previously held Bayern Munich, and the German national team is full of Bayerns. So, it was an additional advantage rather than Yogi.
Say it again. He what?
I said Hansi is also was a coach of Bayern Munich, and the German team is full of Bayern Munich players, and right. it was also help him to be more accustomed with the young players because he has worked with them, and he was very successful. And he was very. I have informed a lot of players, the young, particularly young. The Hansi is very young, and you said rightly, he's a team man. As a coach, of course, he's a very, very friendly guy, and he has always a very well coordinating, which I liked him. What I've seen in this Bundesliga, he was always a very vocal when he was in doing his scouting, he's seeing the match of Bundesliga, small team, big team, and he was always to be the ground and see the players and also encourage the coaches. This is a very interesting. Also, Mr. Lowe also do that same thing, but. Some point of time, the German football need a fresh blood like Hansi has did. So he is an advantage. Do you feel it's an advantage? He was recent past. He was on a club coach, which is a really advantage for him to tackle his player more.
Yes, I think many people did not rate him so high. When he took over the trainer, the coach in Bayern Munich, but he did a really good job and qualified himself for a national coach. So he is an understatesman. I would say he is not putting himself in front. So he has everything what makes him sympathetic. So and even he has much experience internationally, as he was the co-trainer from Jogi Löw for about 10 years.
Mm. I think
Yes.
it's very interesting prepositions we are talking about. When I talk about the German football, is always I'm really a little bit because my whole journey of my football has started from Germany. So I'm very hard, very emotional attachment with the old German footballs, and I still remember a lot of my spending those days in Allianz Arena. So it's fantastic. So Schönes and particularly today I remember when I talk about the German football and my experience with football, I always remember Gerd Müller. She was absolutely a fabulous person. I missed her a lot after his death, but when we met, he always hugged, and that's really a great person, like a football, and he's a great human being. Now, we just a little bit shift up with the football, which is talking about really good. This If you look at the Champions League, this Champions League is very competitive. Any team can beat any team, and that's a very lot of uneven results. I think last Tuesday and Wednesday. What do you feel about this last 2 days when Champions Leagues happened? Which team you most impressed you as a football as a coach?
I am very impressed since the last 2 to 3 years about Ajax Amsterdam. They are really also playing a very attractive football, and now they seem also to stabilize their results. In Group C, they are leading with 6 points before.
And they're qualified. And they also qualified before 2 matches to play.
Okay, good. So they are through to the next stage. That's great for them. That is one thing where I'm very happy about. And then we have also another team which is called Sheriff Tiraspol in Group D. I hope they will be able to go one step ahead, so they can throw out Inter Milan or even Real Madrid. They are, to be honest, I don't know where they are coming from something from the east of Europe, but they are really full of young players, and they are also playing very attractive team, very attractive match style. And Liverpool is leading like nothing. So they are really top.
Yeah, this is a consistency of what you say about Liverpool and the team, and you will see the style of you as a coach, and you have seen Jurgen Klopp is growing. He always takes challenges. When he took this Borussia was nothing under him. It's everything Borussia has achieved. But again, when he took Liverpool, it was Liverpool not in a good shape at that point of time, but he has made the team again in the back on the track. So even if you look at the Liverpool as dominating, that is his philosophy of football, he's tried to trash people on the other team. What do you feel that what kind of Klopp is, how Klopp is very much influences coaching style to other junior coaches, because you are himself a coach. It can be a Kloppian, like what you call, like we have said in before, that called Johan Cruyff, kind of a schooling of Cruyff schoolings, or can call for the Klopp schooling in a later on, because he was an amazing last 10 years. What he has did, unbelievable. So can we call it a kind of a Klopp school of coaching in the near futures, like what you were saying about Johan Cruyff against the Cruyff school of football?
I don't think that his football style is really very challenging for everybody who is working with him. So and he is forcing everybody of his players and his staff to be as aggressive as he is. He was very aggressive at the beginning of his trainer career, and he is pushing everybody and all players. And he also said, okay, if he said after a season, okay, this season was very good. Next season, I don't know if all my players want to go the next step with me. Yes, they can. If not, they have to leave. So he is very consequently pushing very hard. And he wants to play a very aggressive play style, and he is making people even better. So it seems that everybody wants of his players, they go with him through fire.
Yes.
So that is also one of the big pluses he has. So they all want to be successful with him.
Yeah, that's really fantastic when you have created. He creates players. That's very important. Under him, we have seen in Germany the Mario Götze, Ruiz. A lot of players comes in under him, and he was fabulous. And now under him is Mane playing excellent, and Mohamed Salah is unbelievable. The effects of the Salah, and I think this is very good. And now, just to say but another interesting the composition with two coaches, Tuchel and Klopp. And those are, again, one is Chelsea and was Liverpool. Both the team are playing very well in the EPL and also in Champions League too. So you have seen both when they were in Germany. But Klopp left a little early and Tuchel later on. But do you think what is these two German coach has really doing very great example of German football to the world? And because the German coach was only confined to before Klopp or Tuchel comes in out of the Germany and played some coaching things. It's a very good experience as a German coach to the professional football of the world. So how do you rate Tuchel and Klopp? What was the basic difference between these two, or any similarity as per your opinion? Yeah. Tuchel and Klopp.
Yeah, I think Klopp is more the how to say that is more the pushing guy and more emotional than Tuchel. Tuchel is more the strategist. He is more the match style. It's more precisely in his match style, I would say. I think he has many match style elements which he puts together like a puzzle. And Klopp is more coming from emotion, from power, from all of this. So they are somehow different. And they are coming from my home club. So
well, one common thing you must appreciate that your home club has two great coaches.
That's
but
right.
But now you're answering diplomatically. Now I will give one answer. I have asked you straight. Who's your favorite, Klopp or Tuchel?
Klopp.
Yeah, great. So you're not being diplomatic on that part, as a straightforward German as it is. Yeah. So now, now it comes to a very important part of if you see the going for the Premier League matches where I think do you like it as a coach? So when the team is playing very bad for 2-3 matches, in particularly in EPL, and Tottenham Hotspur coach been fired, Nuno Santos is fired, and then Conte is coming. So how do you feel that just to play a 2-3 match bad and then the team is fired and then what's the pressure for the next coach? And do you think this is a right decision for a club, or technically is correct as a coach, because you are a coach and also analyst? How do you feel this kind of decision impact on the players, positive, negative? Would you take a call on that? Because one fine morning and during the session you have seen you don't have a coach now, and a new coach will come and join with a different style in between the season. It is a right to change the coach in between the season. What difference makes that to take a decision?
Yeah, I'm answering with an example, right?
Yeah.
Last year, in my home club, which is Mainz 05, they were far away on the I think on the last place in the table. They had 3 trainers in that season, and nobody believed that they will stay in the league. What have they done? They got a new trainer, which was a former player of Mainz 05, Bo Svensson. They got back they also fired the manager, and got back their former manager, who was there since before 25 years. And they got back a former trainer from Switzerland, and he was then team manager. So they implemented 3 new or already known experts into the management, trainer, and team management. And this triumvirate then brought back the success, because they were acknowledged experts. So what I want to say is, normally it's not enough to fire a trainer and get a new one. Mostly it's the trainer and the manager who are not performing well, or the trainer and the team manager, whatever. So it's mostly not one person.
Of course, that's because this is a very common thing to be first to fire a trainer if any bad results, and also Ola Sasgar has also facing a great pressure after the losing the Manchester Derby. So if you look at the football as going on, the Premier League matches. Would you feel about this Ronaldo's inclusion in Manchester United will help them this year, or some more pressure to Ole?
I think it will help them in the Champions League. It still will help them into the Premier League, but Ronaldo is even also 36 years old, and he must have good players with him. So he's not the one who does everything. I think they will be concentrating on mostly on the Champions League. They are second there and will go through probably. And then they will say, okay, this year it's enough to qualify for Champions League in the next year in the league. But I think they don't believe that they will get into the first 3 in their in Premier League this year.
Yeah. So, but that show a little bit of pressure for Ole, because when Ronaldo comes in a good team, and then also the aspiration of the fans are more when Ronaldo in. But I have to now for a little bit on international football. The international break is going to be. This is the last week before the international break. So how do you rate this? The European team are now playing for international. This is for qualifying for Qatar. What was your bet for these European teams? How are playing this? Spain has two very important matches to play. Of course, Germany is gone. Germany is already done. They have bet, and then. What about your call about the other European club or other European countries to have, which you feel they are in good position and a very good team composition?
Yeah, I think we have from the paper performance to say we have. Not so much surprises in the qualification. In Group G, you have in front Netherlands, and then Norway, and then Turkey. Turkey now has regained a little bit because They have a new German trainer, which was the former U21 trainer who won the last European Championship. So they are somehow regaining and getting back to the fight for the first 2 places. In Group F, we have Denmark and Scotland in front, and astonishingly also Israel on the third, and Austria is a little bit behind. And I hope Israel will gain a little bit up, so that they will challenge Scotland, hopefully.
Do you think? Yeah. Please continue.
In Group I, you have Albanian, who is this very little country in the near of Croatia, and they are challenging Poland. This is also very interesting, and they are before Hungary. So so with Turkey, Israel, and Albania, 3 little countries regards soccer, they are challenging others. But the other things, and also in the German Group J, Germany is leading and they are through. But this little country, North Macedonian, is also challenging Romania. So yes, we have some interesting little countries who are coming up, but in general, you have no surprises. Italy, Swiss is leading, Sweden, Spain are leading, Serbia, Portugal are leading. So no astonishing results.
So because that is very common for for the country, this because when the player got like you have seen this European qualifying is not very surprising. But you mentioned 3 teams: Albania, with Israel, and the plays. North Macedonia is also very surprising element. We have seen North Macedonia also when they have a European Cup, that they have played very well, and particularly the captain, the former captain Gorov, as absolutely fantastic player, and he was retired from there. Which I've seen it there, very, very appreciated by the crowds where they play the football ease. So let me ask you, when you talk about the Ajax of their styles, in 2019, Ajax's the team was dismantled with all these players. Most of their star players have gone back, and for Tegen Hagen, it's very difficult to regroup the team again. I also feel very surprised that when the Sebastian Haller, he has playing back, and he's supposed to be playing his first Champions League entrance, and he scored 7 goals in 4 matches. And in a call, he was called as the dead footballer, dead striker. I've seen Sebastian Haller and Jovic, a great combination. 3 years back, when it was the Eintracht Frankfurt success against Bayern German Cup and also the Bundesliga. The Frankfurt success was mainly of Jovic and Haller, but they sold later on. But how we feel that in the Ajax is known for bringing the young talents, and they bring back Haller in team, and Haller is successful with this age.
Yes, so I think it was a good step for Haller to join Ajax, and I think he is he has the abilities what Ajax was missing. He is a very good striker, so. And he is even still a good age. He is only 27, so he is fully in the average of them. So and even with his 27, he is one of the oldest in the
squad
team. Right.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
We have the same situation in Cologne, where the Colognes got back also a striker who was several years before in Cologne, and he now came back from China after several other stations, and he is now also performing like never before.
Yeah, that's always good.
And that is also where every team is really looking for. They are looking for real strikers who have like Haaland is also a real striker who have a high body, high broad body, and who are able to take the challenge with one or two other defenders. So we have like the reminiscence of big strikers.
Yeah, this is absolutely great. And that's definitely. And I think Ter Hagen is extremely good job for Ajax, and really Ajax is an example. They always have provided great players, and they again regain the team. It's a really great example of a kind of a factory they're doing the continuous process of great footballers, young footballers, and talented too. Yeah. I have just but a little bit different question rather than football, and it's I was I'm 10, 15 and around the Dortmund's revamping when the Dortmund was Dortmund when under Klopp the always two players' name was one Marco Reus and Mario Götze. The two are the great young play at that point of time in Germany. Yeah. And I've seen the World Cup champions Mario Götze's goal. So I've seen he's a very nice striker and he's a nice looking young talent. So he has. What about felt that he has left Germany and joined Eindhoven? What was your take on that call that Mario Götze has no future in Germany and he left for Germany and gone to Eindhoven?
In the from now to the past, seeing it was a real good decision for him. I think it was too challenging for him to go from Borussia Dortmund to Bayern Munich. I think he also had some mental and some body problems in his time in Bayern Munich. He wanted to be too much, too performing. I think it was a very good decision for him to go out of Germany to the Netherlands. Maybe he will come back in the national team, but let's see.
But he's a great footballer. I admire him. He's a very good player. But I think you support what you heard from the US. Support that Mario Götze's decision was right moment to go for Netherlands and play it a little bit less, which is he can play a match better and have a less stress. Am I right that you want to mention that? So
yeah, definitely.
He can be more free player there and free in mind, and because the less pressure and have a different environment, and also Dutch league is much less competitive rather than German league or other leagues there because there are more competitions, and I think this is a good time to give himself more time. I think this was a very good decision. What you have said, and I personally also felt he's a very rightly taken because Mario would say
he even is already 29 years now, so he must not have so much stress in the German Bundesliga. But it's really interesting to see that also in Feyenoord Rotterdam they have many young players and a few older players, but most are very young.
Yeah. Of course, that's Dutch football system is they create young players more in the team. That's always that one. When Haller is there, is in just 27, but he's still the oldest guy in the team, and playing very great. So that's a very interesting prepositions to talk about. So, Günter, we are just supposed to going to be just closing our shows, but I can't resist one question to you about regarding the German this Bundesliga and do you think about Bundesliga, EPL, Serie A? These all the leagues are how you compete with each other. In your eyes, what is the specialty of German football? The clubs, especially the young clubs coming in, they play well, and then again they're not consistent well. What was your advice for the German small clubs to be not? They sell player a little early, or they can retain the player to be get more player. That all of time say, like I've seen in the when Frankfurt was really doing good with Jovic and Haller, they sold it. They should keep it up them, and they can have a good next year results. Instead, they get some money and they sold it. This is the right way of strategy to make the club big, or just to get a quick money in a shorter one. What is your call on that?
I think with the examples of Freiburg, Mainz, I will take these two clubs. They make a real good and consequent and consistent way that they manage their finances, that they manage their staff, that they manage their players, provide positions for young players, and stay devoted. And I don't know how Frankfurt will be working in the next years. Even Hertha BSC, who is is coming from Big Berlin, they must be also devoted and think about themselves what the real work needs to be consistently powerful and consistently successful.
That's I think that is a major call for the German football right now. This call has to be taken by the club decisions. They want to sell it a player when they're playing good, and they need to retain another 2-3 years to build the club more. When we dismantle your players and you don't have the backup, like Ajax can have effort to do that because they have plenty of their broader players are there. My last question to you, I could resist you, but this is a everybody core question asked for. How do you feel the appointment of Xavi as Barcelona coach? What's your call? Why Xavi?
Xavi, I think he knows the club very well. He played several years there. He has now done the first steps as a head coach. So why not? So he can do things new. He must do things new because Barcelona has a debt of about 1.3 million euros.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah, so they must go other ways than they did in the past. So
yeah.
Yeah.
What we can it's my opinion. I always felt that when I study the things, because I was I knew a lot of board members there in Barcelona. I was quite associated with them a few years back. What I personally felt, it's my observation too, that Xavi can be good because that this year's Barcelona's focus is more or less on young talent. You look Ansu Fati, Gavi, Pedro, Ezzi. These are young brigades of La Masia. So I think one of the reasons, it's my opinion, that do you agree or not, the Xavi is also a product from La Masia. So Xavi can handle these kids much better than anybody else because Xavi is ex-La Masia and he understood the La Masia culture and La Masia because and they focused to come up with the depth or something like that. This player would be really a good, and it's a kind of an example of La Masia setting to the world that if you have a good structured your academy where you have a very good talent pool, that the talent can save you when you're in deep problem financially, particularly. What do you call on that?
Yeah, I think that is the only way they can go now. So They don't have the money to buy big players, big expensive players. So they must go for young players now. So I think it's no other way for them.
But it's a good that they have a very good successful coaching philosophy of the Blamas here, and they have a player like Ansu Fati is playing fantastically. Pedri, then Gavi. These young players have a very good future. Within 2-3 years, they have a very good value of these. And in Ansu Fati's, they have a contract with 2026, and they have exit clause of 1 billion euros for exit clause. So I think this is a very good step Laporte has taken to have promote these young players and make a value addition to the clubs to showcase the value. If you 2-3 years, this player market value will be grown up like anything. And then
I think the new trainer must also have another match style. So
yeah, of course.
He must create a new match style for them. So
absolutely. I think it is good. What at the end of the day, Günter is always any part of the play. Football has to be alive, and football has to its own love and culture. So the show's intentions to world of football should have its own charm. Football, we all seen the football can bring people together. This is the only way to go ahead. And football is a tool where people make happy. Thank you, Günter, for joining us. And
right.
We'll see you again next Saturday, next Sunday at the same time with the new ideas and new football and your new thoughts. Thank you. Good night, and have a nice next week to be had. Now, all the viewers, let's enjoy the football. We have still a lot of football in Sunday. See you at next Sunday with Günter with more football. Good night.